In this video, we will compare some subcategories of net worth. We will start comparing cash reserves first. Then we will dive into personal assets such as car and home ownership. Next, we take a look at investment assets such as stocks and gold. Lastly, we will compare the total net worth. I chose this video structure so you get a basic understanding what value people store in these different categories. Starting with cash reserves. It refers to the money that is kept easily accessible to meet emergency funding needs. The median savings balance of an American is $8,000. 54% of Americans can cover at least 3 months of expenses with their savings. So this means if you have an emergency fund in place, which can cover your expenses for at least 3 months, congratulations, you're above 48% of Americans. If you look at the account balances by race, you will see that white Americans have a median savings balance of $12,000 and it is 6 times higher than the median savings balance of blacks and Hispanics, according to the Federal Reserve. I highlight this information transparent because we often compare ourselves with factors which do not fit our background. Furthermore, most videos show you the averages. The problem with the averages is if you have, for example, 3 people in a row. 2 people earn $1 and the third earns $100. The average for that would be $34, but this is far from true. The median on the opposite counts the number of people, 3 in our case, and then looks exactly at the middle. It would be $1 in our example. This way, you can sort out people who earn millions of dollars. The average is a metric used by creators to create fear and shock by the viewers, because oftentimes it is significantly higher than the median. That way, the viewer keeps interested, engaged, because he feels lost in his life and hopes that the creator can help. Who profits here? The creator does. As I said, the median savings balance is around $8,000. This sounds much more achievable, right? Let us now look on the personal assets. For the sake of the video, I will focus on home equity and vehicle equity. Starting with home equity first. Nearly 66% of Americans own their home. Interestingly, the ratio for adults owning a home under 35 declined from 45% in 1990 to 39% as of 2022. The median home equity is $167,900, but still, the typical homeowner is paying off a substantial amount of mortgage. Moving forward to vehicle equity. The estimated median vehicle equity stays around $25,000. Auto loan debt is one of the most common forms of debt and from my point of view should be avoided at any cost. In the third quarter of 2024, the average amount of negative equity reached an all-time high with $6,458. I want you to understand the concept of negative equity better with this example. Let's say you bought a car for $30,000 and financed it with a loan. After 4 years, its value dropped to $15,000, but your loan balance stands still at $18,000. This points to a negative equity of $3,000 because you owe more than the car is worth. 1 out of 5 vehicle owners face a negative equity over $10,000. I want to highlight with this concept that even if other people drive nicer cars than you do, this does not reflect their true financial situation. I have a negative car equity of $4,550 myself. Sure, one could say if I would sell the car, then I would have $15,000 in cash. Yes, but the issue is, what would I do with the $15,000? I need to buy the next car and face the same problem. So even if you have thousands of dollars value in the category of personal assets, you cannot just cash out and party with the money because you need a home, you need a car. Almost no one would go back from a nice house with 2 cars to a 1-bedroom apartment just to live out of the savings. And now it gets interesting with the investment assets. For the sake of the video, we will look at common assets such as stocks and physical gold. Let us start looking at stocks. Only 62% of US adults own any stock. The median stock holdings for US households that own stock is around $50,000. But as I said, 38% of adults do not own any stock. So if you hold even one stock, you're statistically above them. If another content creator would now say the average American owns $489,490 worth of stock, he would be right as well. But especially with stocks, this differentiation is key, because the wealthiest 10% of Americans own 93% of all stock. That is why the median is such an important metric when it comes to looking at the worth of our assets. Coming now to physical gold. It is estimated that only 10.8% of Americans own physical gold, and around 10 to 30 grams of gold is owned per household. Owning physical gold is not that popular in comparison to other investment types, such as stocks, basically because it has a lower growth rate. Still, it outperforms inflation for over a time period of 51 years. So basically, if you own 1 gram of gold, it means that you outperform nearly 90% of Americans. This brings us to the last point, the total household net worth. What you should know out of the back of your head is that net worth is equal to your assets minus your liabilities. Here is the table which shows the net worth by age group. You see the age group under 35 has a median net worth of $39,000, whilst for example the age group between 45 to 54 holds a median net worth of $246,700. If you want to dive deep, I suggest you looking at page 12 of the report from the Federal Reserve I linked in the description box down below. Still, those numbers should not shock you or create a fear that you are way behind, because home equity plays a major role in the net worth, as we can see in this example. Let's assume that you take up a home equity loan for $420,400, which was, by the way, the median sales price in the third quarter of 2024, and assuming that you pay your mortgage until you're 64 years of age. Let's say also the price of the housing market didn't change in any way and it has exactly the same worth. You have no liabilities left anymore at 64, so you would have a total net worth of $420,400 if you have no other assets at all. That was also one of the main reasons why I developed the Collector Map. Here I store my belongings, from the simplest things such as my MacBook to my car. With the value tracker, I can see always what I really own. You can also upload your investments in stocks if you like to. It is currently in a beta stage and can be downloaded on all app stores. The link is also in the description box down below. Before I wrap it up, I want to say that I really appreciate your support. Drop a subscription and give this video a thumbs up. So all in all, net worth is not rocket science. Hearing those values can scare you at first glance, but if you dig deeper, you will see that this is truly achievable. You will get the best results by a smart investment strategy over time. In a recent video of mine, I talked about the 6 habits to set for financial success in 2025, right here. Here, I discuss also practicable steps to build up an emergency fund and keep an eye on your finances without stressing out. If you find this video helpful, write me in the comments what your take on net worth is right now. See you in the next one. Bye.